Dun, 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 dun. All right, time for another submission from our butterfly shoulder crunch. This video is going to be all about the Choi bar and how we can get to the Choi bar from our shoulder crunch.
Named after Michael Choi, the Korean dentist.
From Massachusetts?
Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, we're going to be in butterfly. We're going to be working our shoulder crunch, and as we've been talking about, whenever I'm here, I'm attached, I'm tight, elbow high. My feet are going to go to the hips again, but this time, maybe I can't get quite to the side, all right? And we're just kind of in this scenario where we're kind of floating back and forth, and he's quite strong here.
Mm-hmm.
So, what we're going to do from here is I'm going to fall towards the arm here, like so. All right, and my foot's still going to be on the hip, so I can get some, the foot on the hip does help with posture control, because if I don't have a foot on the hip, he can walk towards me, and his shoulders will raise. With the foot on the hip, it's kind of like pushing into the hinge, and then allowing me to have more pressure on the back of the shoulder here. My other foot will be framed against his shoulder here as well, and my toes are kind of just pushing on his hip. But as I'm making a little bit of space here, now my far side leg is going to weave and windshield wiper around his head. So framed on the shoulder, framed on the hip, and then I windshield wiper up and over and start to get to this type of position here. So now you can see my leg is going into the armpit here, and I can start to control the space between his elbows and his ribs. Then from here, this is the hardest part, I need to roll myself over the top of the arm. So what that looks like is I take my bottom foot off the hip, I put that onto the floor so that I can shoot my heel down and in and get into like a headstand type position here. So now I'm on my knees and I'm on my head, and I've still got his wrists, his shoulders controlled by my knees, and sometimes you can do a belly down armbar here by extending hips in, boom. Otherwise, our partner is going to dictate what happens next. So if I just fall to my hip here, like so, I can finish an armbar right here. That would be also if he sits back, that's the way I'm going to go. And then I can use my legs also to kick him back to finish the armbar. That might have been out of frame. Let's go over here a little bit more. So yeah,
Let's roll.
boom, shoulder crunch. I can't pull him down that way, so my feet come up, I rotate over, and then I start to bring my legs in front of him here. Oh, there we go, we're rolling all the way. And you see my legs guide him to our regular armbar finish. Pinch, bite, and break. Let's try that again. Choi bars are kind of hard to do slow because of like the upside downness of them. So boom, he's pulling me up, and then I end up rotating my leg around, posted on the hip. I'm gonna elevate myself, and I want my feet to go across his chest at this point, and I kind of end up in this headstand. If he wants to sit back and pull out, I'll pull his head with me, and we'll end up here in this armbar. So the other way we'll roll, so then we'll do that over here, because you're gonna roll that way now. Punch in, boom, step up, get through, and then we're here. Okay, so now if he wants to do a shoulder roll, I'm going to keep my legs attached to him as we come through, and then we finish our regular armbar here. You got to make sure that we control their posture, because if he rolls, he might have momentum to sit up, but we don't want him to sit up and start defending. So I like to frame against the face, and my heels are either going to come find like the head around the shoulders. Right now I'm pinching like a scissor motion on his face, so it's hard for him to get up, try to sit up. If he had momentum, it'd be a little bit more, but I'm kind of stomping his face down, pinching on the shoulder. You can see how straight his arm is, and then we finish the armbar right like so.
Straight for me.
Straight for him for sure. So again, the hardest part of this will be in shoulder crunch, feet on the hips. When I can't get all those regular submissions, I start to windshield wiper my knee over the top, feet in here. The transition from here is both of my knees kind of going towards the mat, and me spinning around the arm to get to a belly down scenario. And then wherever he goes is where I follow. So I can finish by being belly down here and finish the arm bar. Typically, I let them roll just because this has a high risk of injury if I just add weight to his arm to the floor. Obviously, that's hard for both of us to stop if I'm like engaged in that. So wherever he rolls, I let him pick. Boom, we go this way, controlling the head, controlling the chest, and then I finish my arm bar with more control from the bottom when I'm in training with my friends that I don't want to hurt. So yeah, painless and precise, something like that. So yeah, that's how I do the Choi bar from butterfly. We end up spinning around the arm, and it's super fun. So let me know how that goes for you. Thanks.